ordinarily, I wouldn't do this type of video. Well, not on my pinball channel anyway. And it's based off of something that I read last night on a website called Knapp Arcade. Now, you guys are all going to be familiar with Knapp Arcade. You live and breathe pinball. You know this. It's a famous website. It's an excellent website. And every so often, I'll get a little notification. And I'll open up that notification. I'll think, oh, this sounds interesting. I got hit with... Well, I thought really intriguing and exciting news. Not just once. It was a bit of a triple whammy. 3 for the price of 1 in this article on Knapp Arcade. Now, I understand that some of this might not come as a surprise to some of you. I play a lot of pinball. In fact, I play pinball every day. What I don't do is I don't fully immerse myself in every bit of news and every stream. So I miss a lot of the information that comes out, which is quite good from my point of view because it means I'm constantly surprised. And this is no exception on here. I'm going to start off with the first part of the article, which is talking about a Padretti remake. And now you may well know that they remade Funhouse. And it seems to be that what Knapp Arcade is suggesting is the next one will be Tales of the Arabian Nights. Now, I've heard this as a rumour, but I've heard lots of things as a rumour. I think maybe this is the first time I've seen it put in print. I find this very, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I'll tell you why in a second. Before I do, I'd just like to announce that in the summer, UK Pinfest is on. UK Pinfest is amazing. It's really the highlight, certainly the highlight of my pinball year. But I only want to highlight it now just because the event really succeeds or fails on the basis of its machine donations. So just if anybody is wondering whether they should or they possibly can donate a pinball machine, it's there for the whole pinball community as a time to enjoy, to get together. Yes, there are competitions there. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff going on. But I do believe that the event lives or dies based on the donations from people. So I just really want to, on Phil's behalf, the guy who runs it is called Phil. He's a lovely, lovely guy. And I know he'd really appreciate your donations. He's not asked me to say this, by the way. He'll be surprised if he watches this video and hears me saying it. But the link is in the description below to Pinball Info, which is the forum in the UK, basically the UK's version of Pinside. There is a thread on there where you can donate pinball machines. I know it means an awful lot to Phil. It means an awful lot to the UK pinball community as a whole. So go and check it out. And if you can, go and look at the rules. But basically, if you donate pinball machines, then you can get a ticket for free as well. So, hey, look, it's win-win all round. And then everybody gets to enjoy your pinball machine as well. I'm definitely taking Pulp Fiction. I think I'm taking Dolly Parton. And hopefully I might take Jaws as well there. But I need a bit of help with transport. But Phil will help with that stuff as well. So I might even take one more. There you go. You never know. Anyway, let's get on to the information at hand. Because the start of this video, in many respects, is a little bit of a teaser. Because the thing I really want to get to is the stuff about Star Wars. But what Knapp Arcade says is another game that will be on the line in the not-so-distant future is the next Padretti gaming remake of a Bally Williams title. I have heard confirmation, as many had expected, the next Padretti remake will be based on the 1996 Williams John Borg-designed game Tales of the Arabian Nights. Incredible. Incredible. I've been wanting a Tales of the Arabian Nights for quite some time. There is something beautiful about that game. Well, it is. The whole game itself is beautiful. The cage bit that traps the ball, that's cool. The magnet and the magnet that drops down as well, that's cool as hell. That game is cool as hell. I love a Papa Duke game. We love Theatre Magic. Love World Cup Soccer. That's on the board there. In fact, I just realised I've not done Theatre Magic on the board. I need to do that on the top 50. I've got to say, I would be in for this. The one thing that makes me a little bit nervous on it is, so I think Padretti and the Pinball Brothers are based made in the same factory. I found when I had Alien, it felt a little bit floaty. I think Alien's a packed game. That's another one I've got to put on the top 50. That'll do all right on there. I thought it was a really packed game and I really enjoyed it. Felt a little bit floaty and the flippers didn't quite feel right. But what I hear from Padretti is they've got to use Bally Williams parts. So is it going to feel the same? If it feels and shoots like the original Williams, I mean, I'm in. I'm in. Well, I say I'm in because there's something else that the Star Wars has made it a difficult decision, really. It says, the article says, word is that much like Padretti's first full remake of Funhouse, the Tales of the Arabian Nights remake will have both a classic edition and a limited edition with new art. There's some games that don't need extra stuff. Tales of the Arabian Nights is one of them. Don't get me wrong. If it's art blades and stuff like that, it's fine. Do we want new art? I don't know. Well, do you know what? It doesn't matter if you don't. You can just go for the classic edition. This seems like a win-win. If this shoots properly and doesn't feel floaty and the flippers feel good, I think this is magnificent news. Absolutely magnificent news. I certainly think it is anyway. You get it. You get the idea. I love this game. This is a great game. Some pinball machines you just get lost in. The shots, the music, the call-outs. Honestly, I might as well be Aladdin on a flying carpet when I'm playing that game. That draws me in. I'm very much in the moment with that one. So anyway, that's that. Caught my attention, as you can see. Lovely picture of Tales of the Arabian Nights on there. There's a little bit on Jersey Jack. Okay. It says, on Jersey Jack Pinball, where is Harry Potter? Now, there is some speculation on here that there is a hold-up on Jersey Jack's next release, which Jack has announced himself, is Harry Potter. That the hold-up is because of some licensing, which may be down to J.K. Rowling, who, of course, is the author of the Harry Potter novels. And I don't know how true that is. It's just really, really interesting. I'm very excited for this game as well. Now, we're really lucky because I've been lucky enough to interview Jack on this channel. Great guy. He's coming over again. He's coming over to the UK, courtesy of channel sponsor, Pinball Heaven. Can you say it again? There's the badge up there. Sorry, this camera's in reverse. He's coming over. We're having an event, a Pinball Heaven event, which is in June. Sorry, did I say July? Is in June. Is at the end of June. He's bringing Harry Potter over here. Not the Wizard, the game. It's been flown over here, and we'll all get to see it for the first time in the UK. So I'll be doing some videos on that. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe already. But already lots of you have, and I'm very, very grateful. So thank you very much for everybody that watches. Harry Potter, very, very keen to see what Jersey Jack are going to do with that one. Eric Mounier, as I understand it, is the designer on that. But, I mean, we spoke about flippers earlier, just when I was talking about the Pinball Brothers Alien. Certainly, the Jersey Jack games have got a real precise feel to them. They just feel right. It's the same with the CGC remakes. Obviously, Stern just feel brilliant, don't they? Every time they just shoot so well, Sterns. I just wish everything could sort of shoot like those games, really. And I certainly think that the Jersey Jacks do now. This is tough stuff. It's tough to... What a time to be in pinball. What a time. Tales of the Arabian Nights, or Harry Potter, or... This is really... The next bit of news is what's prompted me to do this video. Now, I can't quite believe what I'm reading here. When we talk about dream themes in pinball, I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to imagine dream themes as being themes that haven't been made yet. So, well, funny enough, the Pinball Brothers bringing out Predator, is that right? I've got that right. That's a rumour, certainly. That would be a dream theme, but it hasn't been made yet. I know there was a homebrew one or something happened. I don't really understand too much of it, but I'm talking about mass-produced pinball machines. Did any of the big manufacturers produce that? No. We've discussed it before. I think the Lost Boys would be a bit of a dream theme for me. I would like to, funny enough, The Boys. You know, the superhero thing with Homelander and all that. I would like to see that. That would be cool. That's a dream theme. We often talk about dream themes, as I say, as games or themes that haven't been done yet. Can you see the sun coming through the window? I know some of you over in the States, you think there's no sunshine in the UK. There's proof. That is proof. But there are some dream themes that have already been made. Terminator 2. That's a dream theme. It's just already been done. Which brings us to Star Wars, which is absolutely a dream theme, which has already been done a few times, actually, hasn't it? You had the Pinball 2000 thing, which was that was Star Wars Episode 1, wasn't it? It was all Darth Maul and that's the tune. That's that. I'm sure you knew that already. We've had the Data East one with the R2D2 in it. I played one at Electric Circus once. I played in a tournament, believe it or not, and I think it was Sega, and I think it was Star Wars Trilogy. Someone can correct me if I've got that wrong in the comments. That was really good. I enjoyed that. It had some cool toys on it, actually. So there's been some good games. Now, actually, on my list, on my top 50 there, we have Stern Star Wars, because I've had Stern Star Wars here. It qualifies for the list, because I've had it in the house. One of the accusations of Stern Star Wars, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. I don't believe that. That's not it for me. It had Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Darth Vader, everything you want. Had the theme tune. It felt like Star Wars to me. The one I borrowed, had a R2-D2 topper as well. It was really cool. Really cool. That wasn't my problem with it. My problem was there's something wrong with the geometry. It was weird. So you'd have a plunge, and then so you used to have to plunge it, and you used to have to hit the banker targets. I think it wasn't just the force ones. Maybe it was the ones at the top. But anyway, if you go back and watch the video, you'll see the video on this channel. It would often drain from plunge, and then what would happen is the ball save, it would auto plunge, and it would auto plunge and drain again. Now I know that not all of these games did that, but it made it virtually unplayable. And I had games, and I know Spencer hasn't featured on the channel for some time, but I remember Spencer coming round and me telling him about this, and he actually had a game where he played a game and he didn't get to play a shot. So ball 1, he plunged, ball save, auto plunge, it drained. Same happened with ball 2, same happened with ball 3. I said, I've not hit a shot. I've not been able to hit a shot. And so I think there's some geometry issues on there. So that was really the main reason. It was quite a brutal game anyway, and you had this plunge issue. And I tried everything. I tried altering the power of the plunge. I tried moving the like the plunger lane as a little guide. I tried moving there. I tried everything. Nothing was working. It was awful. The truth be known, it was awful. I wasn't even sure how that. And I played another one that was like that. But some people used to say to me, "Oh, mine doesn't do that." Well, that's nice. I wasn't even entirely sure how this thing even got out of the design phase like that. And far be it from me to question Steve Ritchie, of course, who is such an excellent designer. But yeah, I thought it was a mistake. I thought it had geometry issues. I really did. I believe Steve actually initially wanted to put some magnets on there, which would be the force. That would be the force. So when the magnet grabs your ball, like in World Cup soccer or whatever, any game with a magnet in it, really, that was the force. That was the force controlling the ball. So, but I don't know whether I'm going to actually have to get rid of that. I feel like a vampire there. I don't know if I heard that it was the bill of materials, and Stern wouldn't allow that to happen. More's the shame. But anyway, my problem with Stern Star Wars wasn't that it didn't feel like Star Wars. My problem with Stern Star Wars was that I didn't think the game worked very well geometrically. It had some good shots on it. I like that little inner loop. I thought that was good. I like the multipliers. That was really addictive, the multipliers. We got a great Star Wars tutorial on this channel. If you don't know how to play Star Wars, search on this channel. And my mate Craig is doing a really, really good tutorial on it. Brilliant, honestly. Gets to wizard mode. We'll get pretty damn close, something like that. Anyway, it's good. It's a good tutorial. If you want to learn it, it's all explained in there. Great game. Anyway, it appears that Stern are now going to, according to Knapp Arcade, make a new Star Wars? Now, to be fair to Knapp Arcade, I don't want to stitch them up here. They're not saying it's definitely going to happen. I'm going to read what they said, just so I'm not paraphrasing them. It said, last up, we have the never-ending saga of the upcoming Star Wars cornerstone pinball machine from Stern. A cornerstone pinball machine from Stern, Star Wars. He said, if you're keeping score at home, first I heard it was Skeleton Crew. Have you seen that from Star Wars? Yeah, it's something for the kids, really. I highly doubt that it's that specific theme. Next, I heard it might be based on Star Wars second trilogy. The one with Darth Maul and all the rest of it. Jar Jar Binks, boo. No, not for me. I've got to say, is anyone else watching Andor at the moment? Anyone else watching Andor? It's good. I think it's the best one. I didn't like what they did with Obi-Wan Kenobi. They made Obi-Wan Kenobi into a wimp, right? Come on. I didn't. Boba Fett. Did you ever watch Boba Fett when they did that spin-off series? And I remember when they did the trailer for it, and they said, sorry, I know I'm digressing. They said, so it was a guy that played Boba Fett. And in it, they said, Jabba ruled with violence and oppression, but Boba Fett will rule with peace and reason. And I thought, well, I don't want my bounty hunter to do that. And he was a little bit incompetent as well in that. Truth be known, I think Andor, for me, is probably my favourite of the more recent things. I loved Rogue One as well. I don't know if you liked Rogue One. I thought that was brilliant. So that sort of ties into Andor, doesn't it? Anyway. It said, next I heard that it might be based on Star Wars second trilogy, which we've gone through, episode 1 through 3. I also mentioned the rumour that it might be a Darth Vader game. That would work. That would work. I'd take that. He said, well, if it was none of those themes, I laugh out loud, some people are saying that Stern Pinball are going back to the well with a John Borg-designed pinball machine based upon the original Star Wars trilogy. Again, that works. That works for me. Now I'm excited. Okay, I mean, John Borg's done some decent games. He has. There's no doubt about that at all. To me, it seems very strange that Stern would redo its Steve Ritchie designed original Star Wars pinball machine with another one by John Borg using the exact same theme. But that's what some people are saying. They say the fact that Stern vaulted, you know, they released the Vault editions, the original Star Wars pin when distributors still had demand for it, lends credence to the rumour. Well written. At this point, I'm sure you, like myself, are getting sick of trying to guess the exact Star Wars theme for Stern's next game. I'm not sick of this. I could do this all day. I'm not sick of this at all. But as I say, I'm very new to this. But I'm definitely not getting sick of it. So anyway, he's joking. He says, haha, I promise to try not to talk about it anymore until we get closer to the reveal. I'm talking about it. So I am sorry if you've watched this video and you're thinking, why am I watched this? There is a button on your phone that makes this video go away, so you don't have to watch it. I like hearing this. So let me get this right, if I've understood this correctly. A Star Wars pinball machine made by Stern, based on the original trilogy, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of Jedi, with a John Borg design. I think there's a market for that. I do. I think there's almost an endless market for Star Wars because it's a dream theme. And I'll tell you this much, moreover, if it is the original trilogy, if it is going to be made by Stern, if it is John Borg or Brian Eddy or anyone else, I'm in.